Hello students, let us see the next theory topic of this chapter 6, most important topic, law of conservation of mechanical energy. What is mechanical energy? The sum of kinetic energy and potential energy of a body at any instant is known as mechanical energy. The sum of kinetic energy and potential energy is called mechanical energy. For simplicity, we are going to be proving this law of conservation of mechanical energy only in one dimension. And that's why we are supposing there is a one body of mass m undergoes a displacement delta x under the effect of conservative force Fx. This is important. The body should undergo a displacement under the effect of not any simple, any kind of force, but the force should be a conservative force. What are the necessary conditions for the force to be a conservative force? That we see later on. So suppose that a body undergoes displacement delta x under the effect of conservative force Fx. The force is in x direction, displacement is also in x direction. So work done by this force W is equal to, you can write Fx into delta x. Fx means the force is a function of x, and delta x means the displacement is in the x direction. But we know, according to work energy theorem, this work done equal to change in kinetic energy, and that's why you can write this change in kinetic energy is equal to Fx into delta x. It is the equation 1. Now if the force is a conservative force, then potential energy function Vx, here F be the function of x, so potential energy should also be the function of x. If F be the function of y, then potential energy should be function of y. So here, if the force F is conservative force being a function of x, then potential energy function Vx can be defined such that, as we have studied last time, so that force Fx should be equal to what? Negative of the derivative of potential energy with respect to the variable x. That means you can write Fx equal to minus delta V upon delta x, where delta V is change in potential energy. So you can write Fx into delta x is equal to minus delta V. So you can write minus of delta V is equal to Fx into delta x. But according to equation 1, Fx into delta x was delta k. And according to equation 2, Fx into delta x is equal to minus delta V. That means this is positive change in kinetic energy. This is negative change in kinetic energy. So negative change in potential energy. So positive change in kinetic energy matlab final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. And this is minus delta V matlab, तो delta V का मतलब है फाइनल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी माइनस इनिशियल, लेकिन माइनस माइनस चला जाएगा, प्लस हो जाएगा, तो क्या मिलेगा आपको? दिस माइनस डेल्टा वी विल बिकम इनिशियल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी माइनस फाइनल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी. दैट मीन्स द पोटेंशियल एनर्जी एट इनिशियल पोजीशन माइनस द पोटेंशियल एनर्जी एट फाइनल पोजीशन, एंड दैट विल बी द मीनिंग ऑफ माइनस डेल्टा वी. जबकि यहाँ पे डेल्टा के का मीनिंग फाइनल काइनेटिक एनर्जी, दैट मीन्स काइनेटिक एनर्जी एट फाइनल पोजीशन minus the initial kinetic energy, that means kinetic energy at initial position. So from this equation 1 and 2, you can write that left hand side should also be equal. That means delta k should be equal to minus delta v. That means to this equation, this is important, delta k is equal to minus delta v. This is positive delta k, this is minus delta v. It means what? This says that for the motion of a body, if kinetic energy increases, then potential energy decreases. Just opposite. If kinetic energy decreases, then potential energy increases. But these both are going to be changes in such a manner that at every instant during its motion, sum of kinetic energy and potential energy remains constant. That means delta k plus delta v equal to 0. That means change of kinetic energy and change of potential energy दोनों का sum कैसा होगा? 0. Because one increase होती है तो दूसरी decrease होती है. One increase होती है जितने amount से, उतनी ही पोटेंशियल एनर्जी डिक्रीज होती है उतने अमाउंट से. डेल्टा के मान लो काइनेटिक एनर्जी इंक्रीज होती है 10 जूल से, तो पोटेंशियल एनर्जी डिक्रीज होती होगी 10 जूल से. तो डिक्रीज होती है इसलिए वो -10 जूल, दिस इज +10 जूल, प्लस एंड माइनस आंसर मिलेगा 0. दैट मीन्स डेल्टा के प्लस डेल्टा वी इक्वल टू 0. दिस इज ऑल्सो बी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मैकेनिकल एनर्जी. The sum of the changes in kinetic energy and change in potential energy is equal to always be 0. Therefore, delta of k plus v equal to 0. And delta of k equal to 0 according to mathematics. किसी का डेल्टा इक्वल 0 मतलब क्या कि जिसका 0 वो क्या है कांस्टेंट. दैट मींस k plus v equal to constant. What is the meaning of k? Kinetic energy. What is the meaning of v? Potential energy. So this says that the k plus v, that is the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy of a body, remains constant at any moment. It means over the whole path of a body. कौन सी body? Body which is moving in x direction. Means over the whole path of a body from initial position xi to final position xi, the kinetic energy and potential energy actually goes on changing from point to point. हर एक point, at every point on the path of motion पे kinetic energy and potential energy दोनों चेंज होती है. मतलब एक इंक्रीज होती है तो दूसरी डिक्रीज होती है, अगर एक डिक्रीज होती है तो दूसरी इंक्रीज होती है. तो काइनेटिक एनर्जी एंड पोटेंशियल एनर्जी चेंजेस फ्रॉम पॉइंट टू पॉइंट, बट एट एनी इंस्टेंट देयर सम रिमेन्स कांस्टेंट. उसका जो सम है वो कैसा रहेगा? कांस्टेंट ही रहेगा. तो दिस इज द स्टेटमेंट फॉर द लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मैकेनिकल एनर्जी अंडर द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ द कंजर्वेटिव फोर्स. तो बी रिमेंबर फॉर लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मैकेनिकल एनर्जी the force should be conservative, under which the work should be done. Under the influence of the conservative forces, the mechanical energy of a system remains constant. Now let us see, there are the definitions, some definitions of conservative force. किस situation में force को आप conservative force कहेंगे? Number 1, a force Fx is conservative if it can be derived from a scalar quantity. कौन सी scalar quantity? Potential energy Vx by the relation given by minus delta V equal to Fx into delta x. मतलब क्या कि that Fx should be equal to कैसा होना चाहिए? minus delta V upon delta x. तो ये conservative force you can obtain by the equation negative of the derivative of potential energy with respect to x coordinate. अगर ये Fy है तो negative of the rate of negative of the derivative of potential energy with respect to y coordinate. Fx है तो क्या है? नेगेटिव ऑफ द डेरिवेटिव ऑफ पोटेंशियल एनर्जी विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू x कोऑर्डिनेट, दैट इज माइनस डेल्टा v अपॉन डेल्टा x, और यू कैन राइट माइनस dv अपॉन dx. तो दैट Fx must be following this equation, then and only then such a force Fx is said to be what? Conservative force. दूसरा है meaning the work done by the conservative force depends only on the end points of the motion that we have seen last time. अगर कोई बॉडी इनिशियल पोजीशन y1 से फाइनल पोजीशन y2 चाहे किसी भी पाथ से जाता है, स्ट्रेट जाता है, कर्व्ड जाता है, लेकिन वर्क डन बाय द कंजर्वेटिव फोर्स किस पर डिपेंड करता है? इसकी इनिशियल पोजीशन कौन सी एंड फाइनल पोजीशन कौन सी है, बट इट डज नॉट डिपेंड ऑन द पाथ अलोंग विच इट मूव्स. तो दिस वर्क डन बाय द कंजर्वेटिव फोर्स डिपेंड्स ओनली ऑन द एंड पॉइंट्स ऑफ द मोशन. That means W equal to delta K. So delta K equal to final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. लेकिन यहाँ पर आपको ये क्या मिलेगा? डेल्टा K equal to minus डेल्टा V मिलता है, तो ये मिलेगा इनिशियल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी, मतलब पोटेंशियल एनर्जी एट इनिशियल पोजीशन माइनस द पोटेंशियल एनर्जी एट फाइनल पोजीशन. तो दैट Kf minus Ki equal to Vxi minus of Vxa. Then the third point under which you can say the force is conservative force. The work done by the conservative force in a closed path. Closed path मतलब जहाँ से मोशन स्टार्ट किया वहीं पे वापस आ रहा है, under the conservative force. Then the work done by the conservative force in a closed path is always be equal to 0, because for closed path initial position and final position are same. तो xi equal to xa. तो आपको यहाँ पे दोनों final kinetic energy and initial kinetic energy will be same, तो k equal to kf. Therefore kf minus k equal to 0, मतलब क्या मिलेगा? वर्क डन इक्वल टू ऑलवेज बी 0. Now let us see the example 6.7 in your textbook. It is like this one. There is a one bob of mass going to start its motion from the lowermost point and moves along a circle of radius equal to capital L. Then we have to obtain the equation of velocity at its lowermost point A, at its uppermost point C, and then we have to obtain the ratio of kinetic energy at B position and at A positions by using the law of conservation of mechanical energy. So here you can see that this is a bob of mass m which want to perform a circular motion of radius equal to L. So from lowest point it starts its motion with velocity equal to v0. So before it start the motion on this A position, how many forces are acting? As you can see, one in downward direction mg and another is, this is a string is there, as the bob is attached with the string of length equal to L, it want to perform a circular motion. So in the direction of the string from A towards the center, there will be a force of tension TA. There are two forces. So there are two forces acting on the bob of mass m. One is gravity mg, another is force of tension TA in vertically upward direction. Under the effect of these two forces, where the bob goes, neither it moves in downward direction nor it moves in upward direction, but it has a tendency of moving up because of centripetal force in the direction from A towards O. That's why you can say TA must be greater than mg. So here TA is greater than mg. So TA minus mg equal to resultant force. But this resultant force is which one? So this resultant force is acting in the direction from A towards the center. You can say it provides necessary centripetal force. So this resultant force provides the necessary centripetal force. And as you know, centripetal force equal to what? Mass into acceleration, but acceleration equal to v square upon r. So centripetal force is mv square upon r. But at A location, how much be the velocity with which it start motion? v0 के साथ. तो v के बदले में आएगा v0 square and radius r के बदले में आएगा l. So this centripetal force is mv0 square upon L, where v0 is velocity at lowest point and radius of the circle is capital L. Therefore, अब ये resultant force की जगह ये equation put करेंगे, तो mv0 square upon L equal to TA minus mg. Now, at lowest point A, so here as it starts its motion from this lowest point, so with respect to this reference level, how much be its height? तो इसके height है ही नहीं है, मतलब क्या कि वहां पे इसकी potential energy is zero, but it start motion with velocity, that's why it has certain kinetic energy. So also at lowest position, the potential energy zero, and as the bob starting its circular motion with initial velocity v0, its kinetic energy is 1 half mv0 square, and sum of this kinetic energy, potential energy gives mechanical energy at the point A. So at point A, mechanical energy E equal to 1 half mv0 square. This is the equation 1. And this mechanical energy at every point on circular path remains constant according to law of conservation of mechanical energy. Now, as it moves from A to B and B to C, तो जैसे C पे आएगा तो अपर मोस्ट पॉइंट पे यहाँ की जो स्ट्रिंग है वो स्ट्रिंग कैसी हो जाएगी? बिल्कुल लूज हो जाएगी. दैट मीन्स व्हाट? स्ट्रिंग में किसी भी प्रकार का टेंशन होगा नहीं. तो ऑन रीचिंग एट पॉइंट सी, on reaching at highest point C, the string becoming tensionless. Tensionless मतलब क्या? So tension in the string is zero. तो उसमें टेंशन है ही नहीं. तो अब यहाँ पे बॉब के सिर्फ एक ही फोर्स लगता होगा नीचे की ओर mg, एंड यही फोर्स अकेला सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स प्रोवाइड करेगा. So mg provides necessary centripetal force. So you can write this mg is equivalent to mass into v square. मान लो यहाँ पे at C point पे in the direction of tangent the velocity of the bob is vc. So you can write that is mg equal to m vc square upon L. तो from this you can write, फिर से हमको at जिस तरह से यहाँ पे at point A पे मैकेनिकल एनर्जी फाइंड की, इसी तरह से at point C पे भी मैकेनिकल एनर्जी फाइंड करनी है. तो यहाँ पे mg है इक्वल क्या मिलेगा? m vc square. Therefore vc square इक्वल क्या मिलेगा? gl. That means vc equal to square root of gl. So at C mechanical energy ec equal to sum of both. तो अब यहाँ पे काइनेटिक एनर्जी भी है एंड यहाँ से इसकी हाइट कितनी? तो ये हाइट L और ये भी हाइट L, तो L प्लस L इक्वल कितना? 2 हाइट 2L. तो विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू दिस रेफरेंस लेवल द टोटल हाइट ऑफ दिस बॉब विल बी L प्लस L विल बी इक्वल टू ट्वाइस L, मतलब H इक्वल टू ट्वाइस L. तो काइनेटिक एनर्जी इज 1 ऑफ mvc स्क्वायर प्लस पोटेंशियल एनर्जी mg इनटू ट्वाइस L. अब vc स्क्वायर की वैल्यू पुट करते हैं gl, तो दिस इज इक्वल टू 1 ऑफ mgl प्लस ये ट्वाइस mgl हो गया. तो ये ट्वाइस mgl और ये 1/2 mgl, तो ट्वाइस प्लस 1/2 becoming 5/2. So you can write 5/2 mgl is equal to EC is the equation number 2. But according to law of conservation of mechanical energy, ये सर्कुलर पथ पे कहीं पर भी मैकेनिकल एनर्जी रिमेन्स कांस्टेंट. सो यू कैन राइट अकॉर्डिंग टू इक्वेशन 1 EA मस्ट बी इक्वल टू EC. तो E इक्वल टू क्या है 1/2 mv0 स्क्वायर, EC इक्वल टू क्या है 5/2 mgl. तो यहाँ से आप लिखेंगे कि ये 1/2 का 2 कैंसिल, ये 2 कैंसिल, m कैंसिल, m कैंसिल, तो v0 स्क्वायर इक्वल टू क्या मिलेगा 5gl, मतलब v0 इक्वल टू स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 5gl. तो यहाँ पे बॉडी विल स्टार्ट इट्स मोशन विथ वेलोसिटी v0 इक्वल टू स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 5gl. Now again applying the same argument at point B, we determine the mechanical energy of point B की. अब यहाँ पे मान लो along this direction of tangent, वहाँ पे इसकी वेलोसिटी vb है, तो और यहाँ से ये इसकी हाइट कितनी है कैपिटल L. That's why due to its motion kinetic energy है 1/2 mv square, and due to its height with respect to this reference level is L, it possessing potential energy. Therefore at B mechanical energy equal to क्या EB equal to 1/2 mvb square plus mgl. It is equation number 3. But again you can apply the law of conservation of mechanical energy. EA equal to EB, तो EA क्या था 1/2 mv0 square and EB equal to क्या है 1/2 mvb square plus mgl. अब इसमें हम v0 की वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट करें, कितनी है v0 स्क्वायर इक्वल टू 5gl, तो आपको 1/2 m इंटू v0 स्क्वायर की जगह 5gl इक्वल टू 1/2 mvb स्क्वायर प्लस ये mgl एज इट इज. अब यहाँ पे 2 दोनों साइड से, तो ये भी 2 है, यहाँ पर भी 2, तो यहाँ 2 मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, तो आपको क्या मिलेगा 5 mgl इक्वल टू mvb स्क्वायर प्लस ट्वाइस mgl. ट्वाइस mgl इधर ला दो तो 3 mgl हो जाएगा, तो mvb स्क्वायर इक्वल टू 3 mgl, मतलब vb स्क्वायर इक्वल टू 3gl. therefore vb इक्वल टू स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 3gl. that means at a location velocity is v0 equal to square root of velocity v0 equal to square root of 5gl. At C point पे velocity vc equal to square root of gl, and at B point पे velocity vb equal to square root of 3gl. Using these three velocities, now you can take the ratio of any two kinetic energy either at B location, C location or A location, as it is asked in your textbook. Find the ratio of kinetic energy at B and C. So ratio of kinetic energy at B is Kb and at C is Kc to Kb upon Kc. Put the equation 1/2 mvb square, this is 1/2 mvc square. So vb square equal to कितना मिलेगा 3gl and vc square equal to कितना square root of gl. तो vc square equal to gl, तो यहाँ पे substituting 1/2 m 3gl and this is upon 1/2 m gl, तो gl cancel, mm cancel, half cancel, तो यहाँ पे 3 बचेगा, यहाँ पे 1, मतलब this is 3 upon 1. So like this you can also determine k upon kc भी find कर सकते हो. Is that clear? Okay.